Chris, how do you just look at that one? I mean, you played well for the most part, and then couldn't quite close it out there at the end.
Yeah, you could see the energy drop, the purpose and the intensity dropped. Down on numbers. I don't know if guys were tired or whatever, but I just told them we got to be better at closing that game out. So.
We've seen Ant go down with injuries before and come back. Like, what kind of were you thinking at halftime there? And then it did seem like he gave you a boost in the third quarter.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's always been super tough like that. Came back, looked really lively. Was trying to hope that I didn't have to go back to him, unfortunately, but had to. Thankfully he came back in the game. So.
What worked so well for you guys with Wembanyama until late in the fourth when he got a little bit going there? What would you say?
I thought Kyle did a good job. Everyone did a good job of kind of getting up in his space, and kind of taking away his space to operate in. I thought that was really key. And then, offensively, we were able to attack him pretty well. I think having played him a number of times, I think you get a little bit more used to him being out there. So.
Chris, Ant and Nas together have been one of your more effective two-man pairings all season, and tonight it seemed like they're getting out in transition a lot together. What do you see from those two that makes it effective when they share the floor?
Well, they're our two most dynamic scorers, and they really can score. Defensively, Nas has been outstanding, and just taking a lot of different matchups. So gives us some switching there, I think Nas creates a lot of transition opportunities for us. Gets out, kind of, we don't get a ton of those, but he's usually a catalyst for a lot of them, whether he's pushing or at the end of it. So, and he's just a ball mover. Like, he's got that dynamic quality to him about our offense. So.
Forcing 23 turnovers, turning it into 30 points.
Yeah.
Is that this team at its best when it can so effectively turn the defense into offense?
Yeah, I thought we were really good. Thought that was another thing we did a real good job of. As soon as they put the ball on the deck, whether it was Wembanyama or anyone else, we kind of went after it, swarmed it a bit. Shows our activity. We've talked a lot recently about getting more 50-50 balls, and we did a good job with that tonight. So.
Is it kind of the point where you almost just expect that Ant's going to come back, even when he does go to the locker room or anything?
No, I don't know. I mean, that one worried me because he went down. It was like a non-contact thing. I didn't really have a great angle of what happened. So, no. Every incident's different.
Monte Morris seems like one of these guys that's going to be always a lot better than his box score.
Yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
What he did physically, with screens and just recognizing things tonight, does a lot of the little things.
Yeah, super smart. Knows how to get to his spots. He knows how to get to his shots. He kind of, you can see when he starts to attack, he has a plan. Really, really, really safe pair of hands out there. But it's great to see him knock down shots too. So,
you've been down people, but you said having these 9, you're going to have different combinations to give you depth.
Yeah.
You seem really comfortable with relatively small size on the perimeter as long as you have one big in the game. That seems to be working well. Do you think it can sustain to some extent?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, J-Mac's he's played really well for us all season, and he was outstanding tonight in many ways. I thought he was kind of like turned the game at one point, and then, I thought when they had a chance to turn it back, he was great at like stemming that tide. Really like we just went with our most experienced guys, and they just happen to be smaller on the perimeter. But yeah, when you have Rudy out there, and Nas has been great rim protection. He's really got got a lot of block shots in the last couple games since coming back from the break. So.
With Nas, best offensive night in a while. Was it a matter of making shots for him? Was there anything that he did tonight that maybe he wasn't doing recently? I
mean, he took the ball to the basket. It's played off the catch. He's incredible handle, great finisher. He didn't really just rely on his three. He kind of mixed it up. So I think that was important for him.
But with Carl out tonight, it's the second game this season that you've played without Carl. Was there kind of a guiding mantra or anything that you say when he's not out there, and how that affects your offensive flow?
Not really. I mean, we kind of, play the same way. I think, the ball might move a little bit more early through the top of the floor. Kyle might handle more, and then, Mike is off and in the action a little bit more. Some of those things are just naturally different, but there's nothing that we discuss about being different.